fastball.
He has given up home runs in his career. That has been one of the problems. 4 so far this year in the 22 innings work. That is the danger point when it comes to pitching against this Texas team, and you face that danger point immediately. Ian Kinsler is going to stand in. He has had you see the 7 home runs and 20 RBIs. He's tied for second in homers, 4th in RBIs, and 4th in runs scored, with a .359 batting average for Kinsler. Guthrie waiting. Well, some of the bullpen people get in from Texas's bullpen. There they are coming around the corner there. Mike Maddox on the left, the coach, pitching coach for Texas. All right, Kinsler's ready, and so is Jeremy Guthrie. And game number 5 for him underway with a breaking ball that is in there for a strike. Off speed pitch.
Yeah, good curveball right there. Got it over for strike 1. This is a hard charging first pitch fastball hitting ball club.
The 0-1 delivery on the way, and that one to right field down the line. Huff and can't get there, and it's a foul ball and not by much. That had danger written all over it. Falls into foul territory though in the Bermuda Triangle out there.
Yeah, Angel Hernandez, the first base umpire, went right down the line, and that ball was not far from falling in fair territory. This is a new umpiring crew for this series. Kind of unusual. First 3 games they had a different umpiring crew, and there's that ball just about a foot outside the foul line down the right field line.
So an 0-2 count. Guthrie with a chance to get Kinsler, who was 2 for 5 off the Orioles starter in his career. The 0-2 will miss outside. 1 ball 2 strike count. Jeremy coming in, retiring 54% of leadoff batters. He'd really like to get that up another 10% if he can. Look out. Just tears that one into the seats. 1 and 2.
Yeah, Kinsler is so good inside, especially when he can get that fastball inside. Doesn't make any difference what the count is. He is lightning quick inside, has a good balance, gets that foot down in a hurry, and he's got quick hands.
Kinsler with a 1 ball 2 strike count, and he forces pitches early in the game in that leadoff spot to have to throw pitches. 1-2 delivery, and this is how he does it. He fouls off a lot of pitches every at bat, and you'd love to see that at the start of a ball game if that's your guy in the batter's box doing it. Because it really forces the opposing pitcher to show his repertoire early and start to have to think about, all right, what am I going to do here now? How am I going to get him out of there? As he's seen about everything I've got already. Here's the 1-2 delivery on the way to him. Kinsler will take it up high, and he works the count to 2-2. Jeremy Guthrie getting a test right away against Kinsler. Both of these ball clubs high scoring first inning teams. So getting through the first against both Texas and the O's generally a struggle. Out in front of that one, puts it into the seats. Another souvenir, and the count remains at 2-2.
Yeah, it's amazing how much plate coverage he has. Guthrie threw a good breaking ball right there, and Kinsler hit it with one hand basically and ripped it down the left field line. Wednesday in the loss to the White Sox, 8 hits over 6 innings, 3 walks, and just 2 strikeouts.
Here's the 2-2 delivery. Little hesitation on that one to try and throw his swing off, and he still fouls it off. And a 2 ball 2 strike count remains on him. He's already had to throw 8 pitches in this at bat to the leadoff batter. And you're only trying to throw 14 to 16 for the entire inning. 2 ball 2 strike count. Kinsler battling away here. Pops that one back into the seats. Add another.
Well, one thing that you have noticed with Kinsler, even with 2 strikes, he's swinging with everything he has. There's no 2-strike approach. There's no shortening up the swing. He gets set, keeps his hands back, and when he sees something, and even with 2 strikes, he turns it loose.
He will strike out. He has struck out 17 times. 2-2 delivery on the way, and shattered the bat. Shallow center. Jones, Markakis, and Jones will get over there and put it away. So Guthrie wins the battle, but a pretty good fight.
Well, it sure was a good fight. Adam Jones in center field took charge and made a play. Lou Martinez makes his 3rd start in left field. Jones and Markakis in the outfield. Robert Andino starts for the 3rd time at shortstop, taking over for Cesar Astures for the night. Roberts at second, Huff at first, Ty Wigginton. He has now made 14 starts at third base, and the veteran Greg Zone is back behind the plate.
And 1 away, and Guthrie will face David Murphy. Murphy was not supposed to be in this lineup tonight. Josh Hamilton was in the original lineup, but that rib cage problem that he has continues to bother him. So they changed the lineup, and Murphy is in playing in right field and batting in the number 2 spot tonight, putting a left-hander up in the 2 hole and moving Young from the 2 spot into the number 3 hole where Hamilton normally hits. Murphy 1 for 5 in the series. He will take the pitch down low as he finally got himself on the hit board with the home run that came yesterday after he had started the season with the big Olford. He's now 1 for 25, home run, 2 RBIs. 2-1 delivery by Guthrie to him, fouled away, 2-2. Jeremy has a 2-0 record against this Texas team, and he has pitched against them obviously in the years where they have put up big time offensive numbers. Again, that one's going to be fouled back. He didn't face the Rangers in Texas. He's got a 4.15 ERA from years past, 5 appearances, 3 as a starter, and the wins came in his starts in which he's had a 3.72 ERA against them. 2-2 delivery on the way. Murphy will take the pitch outside and a 3-2 count.
Again, another very good at bat by David Murphy in the 2 spot tonight. Jeremy Guthrie's having to work awfully hard to try to get through this first inning.
3-2 delivery on the way, and again foul back by Murphy. Yeah, this is already a long inning for him. Sun gone, so it'll cool down a little bit here tonight, even though it was 89 when we started. Very little breeze, a little blowing out to left, and Murphy fouls it back. And for Guthrie, this has gotten real old real quick.
18 pitches already in this inning, and he's just here in the middle of the second at bat.
3-2 count, and Murphy will foul another one away. Mercy. There you see the breeze blowing a bit out towards left and or center. Count stays at 3-2 on Murphy. Now that he's got himself on the board with a hit, he'd love to get things going. He can. He'll play a little. That down the line in left field. Montañez over, will not have a play. And you see why before the game today, Dave Tremblay was talking about the pitching situation, not just with the Orioles, but around the majors. And he said, you have got to have a long reliever for every game available in the Major League Baseball in this day and age. And this is one of the reasons why so many pitches get thrown so early in a game. 3-2 goes to center. Jones again is under it. Puts it away. Murphy retired, 2 down.
Well, we talked to Rick Kranitz about what he would like to see from Jeremy Guthrie working against this Ranger lineup.
I think, for him, he is a fastball pitcher, and he has to be who he is. And we're facing a very good fastball hitting club. Those first 3 hitters are pretty good, obviously, as good as anybody in the league. He still has to use his secondary pitches, but for him, he needs to pitch off his fastball. His secondary pitches will all get better. It's a lot like Eaton. Eaton went out and he pitched off his fastball, and that's what we have to do here. We still have to attack, and the more pitches they see, obviously, the easier it is for these guys to adjust to him.
And they have seen a lot of them here, 23 of them so far in the first inning.
Nobody is in better shape than Jeremy Guthrie, but a pitcher conditions himself for 15 to 18 pitches per inning, and this is where fatigue kind of factors in.
2-0 delivery on the way, and he misses outside. So Young, who's batting third, takes the count to 3-0. Young has had a couple of hits and 9 at bats lifetime off Jeremy Guthrie. And the 3-0 delivery on the way, and that is a fastball that is in there for a strike, 3-1. It's always a little dangerous even on a 3-0 count with this Texas team when you throw a fastball, because you never know. 3-0, whatever the situation, they could be hacking. 5 homers for Young in the year. He goes to the gap. Jones going over. Jones cannot get this one. It'll hit off the base of the wall. Going into second base is Young, and he will have a double. So a 2-bagger for Michael Young with 2 down here in the first inning.
7th double of the season. Michael Young is very good. Watch the location of this pitch. It just leaked over the plate a little bit more than Greg Zahn wanted. Take a look at the delivery. There's the four-seam fastball. Jeremy's got excellent control with it, but this kind of ran back over the plate a bit for Michael Young, but you got to tip your cap to Young. We saw what he could do on Friday night when he hit the game-winning home run to the opposite field into the seats in right field.
Andrew Jones was not supposed to be in this ball game, but with Hamilton coming out, he was inserted to play in left field. So here he is batting cleanup, and a strike taken. Jones has had only 3 at-bats in this particular series. Overall, though, a powerful average and a couple of home runs. He's got a runner on at second base with 2 down. 0-1 delivery to him. That will miss inside, and a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Guthrie looking for the 3rd out and to hold Young out there at second base. Young getting a pretty good lead as they play Jones to pull in the infield. And another one trying to get that inside corner. See how far off the shortstop is from the bag, Andino. So that's Roberts who will have the responsibility to keep him at least somewhat close. He's going, of course, on contact here. 2-1. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count and Andrew Jones.
Yeah, and again, Jeremy just pulling the ball off the outside corner. And he just doesn't have that good command, and he's going to get it. He's working hard to get it, but he's always had that real fine command where he could spot that fastball on the corners on both sides of the plate.
Jones 5 for 6 with runners in scoring position. He will take the strike on the outside corner, and it is a full count again. 3-ball, 2-strike count with 2 down, and Young on at second base. Guthrie with a 3-2. Jones has certainly improved the swing from what fans saw last year playing with the Dodgers when he had just a disastrous year and lost his job and lost his position with the team. Trying to make the comeback this season. He has hit safely in all 6 of the previous starts he's had. And he once again looks as though he's going to be dangerous in the lineup. 3-2 count.
Well, Gary, you've seen Andrew over the years when he was in his prime with the Atlanta Braves. There was always a lot of movement. He always had a lot of things going on with his hands, and his shoulders would fly open from time to time. Rudy Jaramillo, the hitting coach here, has quieted him down, and I think he's seeing the ball much better, and he's on more pitches.
You have to do that as you get older, and the reflexes slow down a little bit. You need to get to that hitting zone in a hurry. And he fouls that one off the other way. I mean, this is unbelievable. Jeremy Guthrie really forced to work here in the first inning. He's still got a chance to get out of this thing without giving anything up, but piling up here the pitches. 34 pitches thrown. Jones has faced Guthrie only a couple of times with the 0 for 2. Timeout taken. Jones asked for it in the batter's box, and wisely so, as he'd been in that stance for a while. Now Guthrie's going to step off and needs to talk to Zahn.
Yeah, and this is not a bad visit either, because Guthrie wasn't really sure what he was going to do here. He and Zahn on a different page, obviously, but I think it's even important. Just take a little rest here. Gary mentioned 34 pitches. It doesn't hurt just to regroup a little bit, take a deep breath, and try to make a good pitch and retire Andrew Jones. Jones saying, "You got it all straightened out, Zahn? You got that approach straightened out?"
So I'm going to hit it anyway. Zahn goes, "Yeah, we'll see." Here's the 3-2 again, and a breaking ball outside. So after 2 long at bats that resulted in fly balls by Kinsler and Murphy for outs, Young has delivered a double and Jones a walk. 2 on, 2 down. Now we'll have to face the designated hitter. Blaylock will stand in. Lefties are 277 off Guthrie. Right-handers at 326. 3 of the 4 home runs Jeremy has surrendered have been to lefties. Runners go. And the ball is popped up Wigginton over. So again we see ball clubs putting people in motion against the O's. How about this one, though, with 2 down first?
Yeah,
inning?
with 2 down, a left-handed hitter, it's a bit of a surprise, but at the same time, Michael Young sensed that Guthrie wasn't paying any attention and just took off. And of course, Blaylock has a right to hit. He isn't doing anything for Ron Washington right there. But it is a bit surprising that if you run into an out right there, you get Jeremy Guthrie out of a tough jam. Again, Zahn and Guthrie having a tough time getting together.
1 strikeout on Blaylock. That ball to second base. Brian Roberts gets the big hop. And it was a long inning, but Guthrie got out of it. No runs on a hit with 2 left on base. It will be Roberts, Jones, and Markakis when we come back. You know, they work the left-hander starting for Texas. Starting lineup brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Roberts, Jones, Markakis, Huff, Wigginton, and Scott. Montañez a start in left. Zahn and Andino gets the start at short. Adam Jones yesterday, big day, 3 for 4 in that home run, a big one.
Now let's take a look at the PNC scouting report for the left-hander Matt Harrison. 23 years old. He'll throw a fastball, a sinker, slider, and a changeup. The breaking ball, he's still looking to get consistency with that breaking ball, and he's had trouble closing out innings. He'll get to 2 outs in a hurry, but then that elusive third out, he seems to really run into trouble.
And taking the pitch is Brian Roberts. Harrison has been hammered. The batting average against him in 3 starts is .400, and it's virtually all by right-handers. Right-handers are hitting .460 off him, and left-handers .200. 4 home runs and 3 hit by right-handers. 1-1 delivery on the way. Roberts, he'll take it. Ryan's trying to work a little deep into the count here. He wants to try and help his starting pitcher. Let Jeremy Guthrie get a little time on the bench here. 2 ball, 1 strikeout. Brian at .372. 2 homers, 5 RBIs, and he'll ask for a timeout. He has been on a tear in a tremendous series against Texas. Fastball is inside. He's gone 6 for 15, 2 home runs, 2 RBIs against the Rangers.
Yeah, he has his average up to .372. Been a tremendous table setter.
That one to second base. Ian Kinsler perfectly positioned, and Roberts is retired. 1 away here in the first inning. These teams have played 3 wins, 3 losses in the first 6 of the year. Orioles have faced Texas now 7 out of the first 20 games, and will not see this Texas team again until September, just by the quirk of the schedule. Adam Jones coming up. He's got a 4-game hit streak as he stands in, batting at .348. 3 home runs, 17 RBIs, and Harrison rather gets it in there.
Adam Jones had a great day yesterday, including a 3-run home run that gave the Orioles the lead, and he seems to have taken off in that 2 spot in the lineup. We talked about the impact of batting second with Brian Roberts on base. Nick Markakis hitting behind him, and you see how effective the top of this lineup has become. Markakis, 21 runs scored, leads the Orioles. and Adam Jones is right behind him with 20.
Turns away on that one, and a 2-ball 1-strike count.
Up and in with the fastball, just barely got out of the way. The ball goes off Teeguarden's glove back to the backstop.
And jammed him again and got that one in on him. Jones asking the home plate umpire Tim Welke if it was a strike. It's 2-2.
Well, you can see there's a lot of velocity from Harrison, 94 miles an hour, and a lot of cut on that fastball.
That one towards third. That'll go off the glove of Young, and that's going to be a base hit. Young was playing in, maybe a step behind the bag, and he just had no chance. If he's back, he makes a routine play.
Too hot to handle. Too hopper off the thumb of Michael Young's glove. Remember, he's a shortstop moving to third base, and things get very fast down there at third, but he was right on the edge of the grass, and that was just too hot to handle.
So the Orioles get a man on. That is a base hit and a 5-game hit streak for Jones. And that will bring up Nick Markakis with his 13-game hit streak. And Nick goes right after it and continues it to 14. First pitch seen is a single. And the Orioles have runners on at first and second base with one down.
Well, that ball right out over the plate. He has such great balance and the ability to square up on pitches away from him. The balance allows him to get to that ball on the outside corner. When he gets that front foot down, his hands are back. He's balanced at the plate, so he doesn't really have to extend too much to get to that ball that's on the outside part of the plate.
He is so hot. You could do your whole barbecue on his back right now. Man. The proverbial, it looks like a beach ball kind of thing. So Markakis extends his hit streak. 2 on, only 1 away. Aubrey Huff. Huff will take the pitch away for a ball. Aubrey comes in 7th in RBIs in the American League. He has faced Matt Harrison before, 1 for 3 with a home run off him. Trying to work him outside. That one's going to miss away and a 2-0 count. So Harrison in an early jam now, and the Orioles with a chance to get on the board.
Yeah, the fact that he hasn't been able to get that slider over yet is going to lead to problems for him. Hitters will just discount the breaking ball.
Aubrey 3 for 20 off lefties so far. Got jammed and pops it back. Teeguarden, the catcher, will not have a play on that over the screen. Good pitch right there as he came in on him. Aubrey's got 17 RBIs to go along with that 276 average, 3 home runs. Slugging percentage of .474 coming into the ball game. There are the 2 base runners. Jones the lead runner at second, and Markakis on at first base. Two-one. Got one to hit. That's going to be a base hit into left center. Jones going to back up and wait. They're going to wave him home anyway. Relay throw. Vizquel throw to the plate. Not in time. Throw to third. And they got the runner at third base. Nick Markakis. So Aubrey Huff delivers an RBI single. The Orioles take a 1-0 lead, and the second out will be recorded on the throw back to third to get Markakis.
Adam Jones has to hold up to make sure this ball is past Vizquel. There's the hesitation, turns all the way around. Now watch as he turns the outfielder and then picks up the coach and gets the go-ahead. Scores all the way after going back and slides ahead of the tag. Good relay by Vizquel, but Jones was past Teeguarden. But then Markakis slides into the tag at third.
No chance for Markakis to get back. 7-6-2-5 on the Markakis out. Runner at first. And a 2 down. You see the Orioles average with runners in scoring position. A powerful 302 number. The highest they've had since 74. Have to go back to 85 to be even close. Fouled away. Ty Wigginton with a runner at first and 2 down. And the Orioles get the early lead off Harrison with the left-hander Aubrey Huff picking up the RBI rather than the right-hander in the lineup, who's torn up this starter for Texas. 18 runs batted in for Huff.
Gary, this inning not only gives the Orioles a lead, but it gives Jeremy Guthrie an extended stay on the bench. Time to regroup after that long top half of the first inning.
1 ball, 2 strike count. And that'll be taken inside. 38 pitches were thrown by Guthrie in the first inning of his outing. 20 have been thrown already by Matt Harrison here in the first inning of his start. Ivory Huff very short lead at first. Wigginton takes the fastball up high. And the count goes to 3-2.
Now here's where Ty's most dangerous, where he's pretty certain he's going to get a fastball. He's a great fastball hitter, loves facing left-handers, and he took young Derek Holland deep in a similar situation when he could look fastball.
3-2 runner going, and he will foul it away. Wigginton is hitting .333 off the lefties with that 1 home run against a southpaw, and that is the lone home run that he has picked up on the season. Although it certainly looks like after a relatively slow start, his bat's coming around.
Yeah, he's getting his timing down pretty good.
Huff will be running. 3-2 delivery. Wigginton waited on that one and didn't get much of it. Kinsler coming over and in foul territory will put that one away. But the Orioles get a run on a couple of hits with 1 left on, and after 1 here at Camden Yards, O's lead it 1-0. Classic scratch-off tickets from the Maryland Lottery for every Oriole home run hit tonight. You can have a chance to win 2. Enter by logging on to MassonSports.com. Dale, good luck. Marlon Byrd. 3-game hit streak for Byrd. And Guthrie will get it into him. Byrd got shuffled around in the lineup and in the field. He was going to be playing in right, but when Josh Hamilton couldn't start, he got moved to center. Batting at .340, Byrd will watch that one go to the backstop and a 1 ball 1 strike count. Marlon Byrd had his 4th multi-hit game of the season yesterday, upping that average. He's had 7 hits in his last 21 at bats. 1-1 delivery to him, jammed him, and jammed him enough to keep it in the house. Montañez is there. Byrd is retired and in the house as well as Amber.
Well, Gary, Lou Montañez makes the catch in the offseason. He worked very hard to become better defensively. And Dave Tremblay noticed as soon as Lou showed up to spring training, he said he was taking better routes to the ball. His arm accuracy had improved, and he just felt more comfortable all around out there in the outfield. Now, this poses an interesting question. If Montañez continues to take advantage of the opportunities he's given, Felix Pié continues to develop as the everyday left fielder, and Nolan Reimold down in AAA Norfolk continues to knock the cover off the ball, will there be a logjam in left field in the future? I guess it's a good problem to have, Gary and Buck.
Well, I'll tell you, every team longs for those kind of log jams, and you're absolutely right. I mean, Pié is still struggling at the plate. Montañez may get more playing time here as a result of it. The pitch is going to be taken up high, and a 1 ball 1 strike count on Chris Davis.
There's not an organization in baseball that complains of having too many good players.
No.
They always will serve you, whether they're playing for you or they are part of a trade. It brings you something that you need. And the Texas Rangers are a good example of that when they picked up Elvis Andrus and Matt Harrison and all these pitchers and position players. They got in the Mark Teixeira deal. So you have to add numbers, but they're building up numbers in the Orioles system internally.
See if that makes rain. The entire position players could get under that thing before it comes down. Jones is there to put it away. Davis is retired, and there are 2 down here in the 2nd inning. Nolan Reinwald's name came up when Dave Tremblay was talking with the press before the game, and I thought it was interesting. He was asked about, if he continues hot, what do you do if he comes up here? Can he be a utility player? And Dave waited on it and said, I don't think so. If Reinwald comes up, he's going to have to play. And Tremblay, one of the few times I've seen, didn't say that wasn't going to happen. A shot to center that'll fall in for a base hit. So Teagarden is on, getting the chance behind the plate tonight, his 5th start. Teagarden delivers a single, and you'll be happy about that. He had struck out 7 consecutive times at the plate prior to that at bat. So a 2 down, a runner on, and Omar Vizquel, the shortstop. Texas resting a number of their starters, including their young shortstop who has been present here for most of the games, Andrus, in this series. Ron Washington saying I had to get some of these starters out because we're playing 20 consecutive games, and they're in the midst of that right now. That one hit hard and foul as he had his timing off on it. 2 strikeout on Vizquel.
Yeah, this is game 7 of that 20-game stretch without an off day, so you've got to make sure that you keep everybody as fresh as possible. And I guess if you have to come up with a substitute shortstop, this guy's pretty good.
I heard he can field fairly well. He has this collection of Gold Gloves that surrounds his house, 11 of them. Here's the 0-2 delivery. Vizquel again at away. Good pitch by Guthrie. Busy night so far in center field. That's the 4th putout Jones has had. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. We go to the bottom of the 2nd. 1-0 O's. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. And by PNC. PNC leading the way. What an evening. I mean, it is just gorgeous here at the ballpark in the Inner Harbor not far away. Buck Ship tied up there. He'll be heading out tonight down to the South Seas.
Sailing north?
No, south.
Oh, south. I was getting turned around in that harbor.
That's why I don't sail with you a whole lot. Which way are we going? South. Well, how come we're heading to Maine? Pitch is taken outside for a ball, and Luke Scott in the DH role. 2 for 10 in the series. RBI, hitting .292. Big cut against the left-hander Matt Harrison, and a 2-ball 1-strike count. Luke with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. 2-1 delivery to him. That one didn't miss by much. Tim Walke, the home plate umpire. Looks like those corners are a little tight both ways. 3-1 delivery way up high, and he walked him. So Scott gets a lead-off walk here in the second inning. Orioles have some bench help coaching-wise, as Don Warner has come up. He is a catching instructional coach throughout the organization, and he is here because Dave Joust is going to be away for a while. Dave is the bench coach of the Orioles. He had to have his tonsils removed because of a problem he was having with his throat. So Dave, we are thinking of you. Can't wait for you to get back to the ballpark, and we send all our best wishes out there. And Donnie will fill in here until Dave gets back. Runner on at first base, nobody out. First walk surrendered by Harrison. Montañez, only 3 at bats in the series, 1 for 3. He's going to take one to left field, and Jones won't get it. That's going to roll all the way to the wall. Scott coming to third will be held. The relay throw gets in, and it is a double. Montañez, 2 in scoring position and nobody out.
Boy, Montañez showing signs of wanting to stick here in this situation. Ball off the end of the bat a little bit, but it hooked away from the left fielder. Andrew Jones plays it off a couple hops. It's a second and third, his second double of the season. And here's where Dave Tremblay really wants to see some production. Bottom of their lineup has not been able to turn the lineup over all that frequently.
Here is Zahn. With runners in scoring position, Greg has gone just 1 for 12 so far. Ty Wigginton's only 4 for 22 in those situations. Felix P.A. has got an 0 for 10 with runners in scoring position going. 1-0 delivery on the way. That to second base, caught. And the runners stay. Line drive by Zahn to Kinsler for the first out here in the second inning.
You can't do much about that if you're Zahn. He hit it right on the nose, but right at Kinsler. Stayed back behind the ball, hit the ball sharply, but it was right at the second baseman.
So now 2 in scoring position and 1 down. Adino, who's had very little playing time so far in the season, gets a big chance here. He can get a couple of RBIs. He does not have an RBI yet. 4 for 12 with a walk. Infield is in. And a breaking ball swung on and missed.
Yeah, the infield defense kind of interesting. It's about halfway. It's not really in on the edge of the grass, but certainly they have Luke Scott on their mind. They get a hot shot, they'll take a look at Luke Scott. They've got a chance to make a play on him should the ball be on the infield.
Here's the 0-1 delivery. Andino will take the pitch inside. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Early on in the ball game, here's a big at bat. The Orioles leading at 1-0. You get 2 in scoring position, nobody out. You've got to make hay. Acquired from the Marlins 1st of April, and Hayden Penn was traded. 1-1 on speed, not a good cut, and 1-2.
Yeah, that's a very good changeup. And we talked about the changeup fastball combination, and Harrison's got good velocity, and that time he threw a very good changeup that moved down away from Andino.
Andino spent time at AAA last year, 44 at bats with the Marlins. Andino takes it to right field for a base hit. Scott will score. They'll hold Montañez. RBI first as an Oriole for Andino, and a 2-0 lead for the O's.
Well, a good 2-strike approach is he was just trying to protect the plate, and he did. He chases home Luke Scott, who walked to start the inning, gets jammed a bit, but gets it past the first baseman, Chris Davis. Scott comes in to score. Montañez stops at third, staying behind the ball. You see where that ball hit down around the label of the bat. He got jammed, but he fought it off, picks up the RBI.
And the Orioles have a couple of runs on 5 hits in the ball game. Now Brian Roberts with his .500 batting average with runners in scoring position, tied for first in that department. Runners at first and third, and he takes the strike. He grounded out his first time up. It's incredible to believe that 4 players, even at the end of April, are hitting .500 with runners in scoring position. Well, Calypso of KC, Roberts, Cabrera of Detroit, and Cust of Oakland. Breaking ball in the dirt. Runners will stay, and a 1-ball-1-strike count.
And Brian Roberts has been on fire recently. Hit a high fastball out of here against Brandon McCarthy, and it was a pitch up in the zone in this series. He's 6 for 16, a couple of home runs. His first came off Vicente Padilla on Friday night, a double, and scored for it.
1-1 delivery to him, and there's that off-speed pitch again. Brian just shakes his head yes. Good pitch, good pitch. 1-ball-2-strike count.
Well, when you have the velocity Harrison has, 93, 94 miles an hour, and you can throw a changeup with the same motion, you are going to be effective. But he's still going to have to try to develop that breaking pitch to give him that third pitch that really will be an asset for him down the road.
Here's the 1-2 delivery. Roberts jammed and fouls it straight back, and the count will stay at 1-2 strikes. Brian continues to close in on that mark of 1,000 games played for the Orioles. He is now just 4 games shy of that, and he will be the 15th Oriole to reach that number, and will tie Rafael Palmeiro for 14th all-time Orioles games played. 1-2 delivery, breaking ball, waited on it long enough to foul it off. Orioles have Montañez, who had a double at third, and the RBI picked up by Adenios onto first base.
Well, that breaking ball that Roberts fouled off right there was up in the zone, and that's why he was able to foul it off and stay alive. If Harrison throws that down in the zone, he might have swung right over the top of it.
Runner going to second. Ball is down low. It'll be a stolen base. Teagarden is not ready to make a throw on it, and a good jump anyway. So that puts 2 in scoring position, and perhaps more importantly takes away the chance for that ground ball double play.
Well, and this is what Dave Tremblay wanted to see. A couple of guys on for the top of the order. They have been doing most of the damage.
2-ball-2-strike count. Infield in. Just kind of threw the bat at the ball that time in order to protect, and got enough to foul it off. It'll remain 2-2, and Teagarden's going to go out and have a word here on what they want to throw to Roberts, who's fouled off 3 in a row.
Watch how he's off balance here as he just throws the barrel of the bat. That ball was almost in the catcher's glove, and then loses the grip on the bat. It swings over toward the Rangers dugout. I mean, that was the epitome of taking the ball right out of the catcher's glove.
Infield again in that kind of halfway in position. Montañez with pretty good speed, the lead runner at third, extending his lead because Young is playing back. 2-2 delivery to Roberts again, breaking ball, and again there's that inside pitch that is not a strike. Both corners to right and left-handers in the outside part of the plate have not been strikes.
Well, take a look at it on pitch tracks, as it looked like it might have caught the inside corner.
Now it's 3-2, 1 down. And Roberts is going to get a base hit into left center field. Montañez will score. And Daniel will score. Good toss in to hold Roberts at first base. A 2 RBI single.
Roberts continues to hit with runners in scoring position, and he got a break. That breaking ball looked like it might have been strike 3. Takes advantage of it, comes back, gets the fastball right out over the plate and rips it over his scalp into center field. Andino stole second, his first steal of the season, and comes in to score right behind Montañez.
7 RBIs for Brian Roberts. Good play by Bird to get it back in and hold him to a single, but a good piece of hitting again by Brian Roberts, and the Orioles have a 4-0 lead. 4 runs, 6 hits, and Harrison, who came in with that 9.20 ERA, getting touched up early in the ball game again, and Maddox, the pitching coach, came out to have a word with him. Now Jones, who singled and scored, extended his hit streak to 5 games. And the throw over, Brian Roberts with virtually no lead at all. Brian has stolen 3 of 6 on the year. Jacoby Ellsbury leads the American League with 10 stolen bases. Bobby Abreu's got 8, and Ian Kinsler with 7. Off speed again. And it's 0-1.
Of course, Ellsbury with that straight steal of home last night against Andy Pettitte and the Yankees. A very dramatic play and a gutsy play with the bases loaded and 2 outs.
That was a sight to see. 0-1 throw over. Roberts back. And Jorge Posada on the pitch before, when they were intentionally walking a batter, had gone out in front of home plate, pointed his finger out at Andy Pettit and said, watch the runner at third. And Pettit didn't. 0-1 delivery on the way. Swung on and missed. Up high and an 0-2 count. Jones trying to keep the inning going. Only one down here. Roberts on at first base. Nick Markakis waiting on deck. Still a short lead. And a throw over. Buck had mentioned how Harrison, when he gets 2 strikes on a batter, can't get him out. When he gets 2 outs, he can't get the third out. I mean, he has he gets to the point of where you succeed and then doesn't get the next step. 0-2 delivery. Got that one popped up. Kinsler going back, waiting though. Bird will come on and dropped. Force at second base, and they will get it. Murphy, I believe, thought Bird was going to take that, and now at the last second, Bird backed off. They will get the force out on Roberts.
Yeah, it was an interesting play as Murphy comes over from right field. You can see he's calling for it. Bird kind of peels out of the way. There's no doubt that he'd call for it. But at the last moment took his eye off as he looked back to the infield. The ball kicks off the heel of his glove, but he was aware enough to go ahead and make the force out at second base. Remember, he was in the lineup initially in left field tonight, and then Josh Hamilton was scratched, and he moved from left to right and opened up left field for Andrew Jones.
Markakis takes a strike. It is Murphy's first start in right field this year. Nick Markakis continued the hit streak with a single. He's now hit in 14 consecutive games. Third best average in the American League. And this again is where Harrison has problems. Teams against Harrison, when there are 2 down, are hitting .318 off him with 2 outs.
Yeah, I mean, he'll get over that. He's 23 years old. This is his second year in the big leagues, and he'll figure it out.
Quick throw over on the step off. Jones back to the bag.
Remember, these Rangers are working for the first time with Mike Maddox, who's in his first year with the Rangers organization, and he knows he's got some work to do, but he's got some talented kids.
1-1 delivery. Markakis towards second base. Kinsler on the big hop, makes the flip and will get the out. But the Orioles have a 3-run second inning and extend their lead to 4-0. And for the O's, the bats just continue. I mean, it really is becoming an amazing April for this Orioles offense.
But it sure is, Gary. And again, they scored in the first inning. That's 17 first inning runs now to the opponent's 8. So they've doubled what the opponents are doing in the first inning. At least that gives their starting pitcher a good feeling when he goes out for that second inning that he has a lead. And Jeremy Guthrie, so far, he's been able to overcome that 38-pitch first inning in which the top of the Rangers order really made him work hard.
And the advantage if you're a starting picture of having that lead now for Jeremy Guthrie is the opportunity to throw more strikes, not worry about being quite as fine maybe because you've put the D to work behind you.
Yeah, man, that's really important. He's got a nice cushion now. You can't afford to be tentative. Pound the strike zone, get into the groove with your fastball, and allow yourself to use those complementary pitches after the fact.
Towering fly ball, but this one is going to be in the yard, and it'll be handled by Montañez. And Guthrie gets the out on the fly ball, one away. The get outs on Texas on balls put in play. That generally is how it'll happen. And Kinsler now 0 for 2 and a couple of fly ball outs. And anytime you keep him from being effective in the offense, you're in pretty good shape. Murphy batting in the number 2 spot. David Murphy also flied out to center field his first time up. And Guthrie's pitch is a strike on the outside corner. 51% of the runs that have been scored by this Texas team have come on home runs. They lead the majors with 38 homers on the season. So it's another reason why you can give up homers to them. Just try and keep people off base. So the homers end up being solo shots and not multi-RBI home runs. Here's the 1-1 delivery to him up high, 2-1.
Well, I think the one thing that's going to ultimately cost the Texas Rangers is the fact that they're so reliant on the home run. 50.9% more than the Arizona Diamondbacks and the Brewers. And the reason that is a concern is when you get to facing the big pitchers middle of the season, when they're in their groove, you're not going to hit home runs as frequently. Now, mind you, there's only been one game all year long in which Texas has not homered, and they were held shut out by Zach Greinke. Greinke's the only pitcher that's kept them in the staff.
What's his ERA?
Yeah, he doesn't
0.
have an ERA. He's only allowed 1 run all year, an unearned run.
Yeah. 3-ball 2-strike count. Harrison, the starter, hoping for some help. 3-2 delivery on the way. Towering pop-up that's headed towards the seats. Wigginton doesn't see it. And it, fortunately for him, didn't matter. He was out there with his arms outspread. Help me, help me. Where did that go?
I didn't see it.
Good reaction.
At least it didn't come down on the grass. It's around here somewhere. Where is it?
Don't hit me on the head, okay?
Please. Okay, not sure.
No. Here's the 3-2 delivery, and Guthrie blows that one by him, and there's the first strikeout, and there are 2 down here in the 3rd inning.
Well, again, this whole at bat, Guthrie had that good fastball, and he gets it down away from Murphy, and watch how he finishes off this pitch right in the strike zone down around the knees, and this is past him. You can see where the ball is when he gets the bat through the hitting zone, and he threw 2 good fastballs in that at bat.
2 down, nobody on, and Michael Young. Young has a double in his first time up and was stranded. Average has dipped a little bit, all the way down to 289. And I'm being farcical there, if you will. 1-0 delivery on the way. He has, however, had only a couple of hits in his last 11 at bats. And the average has dropped from 355 down to the 289 mark that he has over the last 10 games. It's still very respectable. 7 doubles, 5 home runs. And takes that to right field. Nick Markakis backing up. He has room, and he's got it. A 1-2-3 inning for Guthrie with a couple of fly ball outs included. The Orioles have the 4-0 lead. Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. An early summer evening here on this April 27, and the Oriole fans have done some cheering as the Orioles have put up the 4-0 lead on the board. Bottom half of the third inning, Huff, Wigginton, and Scott. Aubrey Huff, big 2 RBI base hit in the first inning of the ball game, or an RBI base hit. And Aubrey continues to be very effective hitting in that cleanup hole. We'll take that one and a 1-ball 1-strike count. Hits the ground ball foul outside of first, and it's 1-2 from Harrison.
Now, Terry Crowley was talking about a meeting. He had a very informal meeting in the hallway coming out to the dugout today, talking with Roberts, Markakis, Aubrey Huff, just talking about hitting, and they're all pretty knowledgeable in their trade.
And a good play made. Vizquel at short, and Huff is retired. One away. Tomorrow the Orioles will host the Angels here at Camden Yards. It's Ollie's Bargain Night presented by Ollie's Bargain Outlet. Every Tuesday home game, all upper reserve seats are only $8. We'll get the family together, come out for a great night of Orioles baseball. For tickets about the Birdland stimulus package and other cost savings, 888-848-BIRD, to go to Orioles.com. One down. Ty Wigginton popped out his first time up. This show is rated for adults. 0-1 delivery, misses down low. Wigginton with one away and nobody on.
That Angels series will begin with Adam Eaton going against the left-hander Joe Saunders. Koji Uehara will pitch the day game.
High in the air, Kinsler. He's got it, 2 down. It's an Angels team that has certainly had to play through some adversity off the field and on it to start the year. And despite that, they've got 7 wins. They're 7-11, not the start they wanted, but still a very good baseball team. 2 down, nobody on. Luke Scott drew a walk, scored in the second inning, RBI, and Dino got it. Scott will take that for a strike. Tonight's leaderboard presented by Firestone, a tradition of innovation.
Fewest strikeouts in the American League, 99. That's the fewest. The Orioles tied with the Angels. Seattle has struck out 107 times. Oakland and Detroit round out the top 5, but Orioles are getting a lot of walks and they're cutting down on the strikeouts. Pretty good formula for hitters.
Joining right into the modus operandi of the American League East. And a 1-ball 2-strike count to Scott, who steps out after the call. Here's the 1-2. That'll be away. The other positive sign on the other side, Buck, has been the fact that the Oriole pitchers, who averaged 4.35 walks per 9 innings, last in the majors last year, are now 4th as they cut that right in half. Boy, does that make a difference.
Boy, it makes a dramatic difference, because then, too, if you give up home runs, there are not too many of the 2 and 3 run shots. And I just think it's a great approach to pitch as you put pressure on the hitters.
And he goes down swinging. So a 1-2-3 inning for Matt Harrison. That is his first strikeout of the ball game. We've completed 3. The Orioles up 4-0. ESPN Zone Inner Harbor. Chris is going to be on hand noon to 1 to sign autographs and say hello. That's tomorrow, noon to 1, ESPN Zone in Baltimore. Hope you'll join Chris there. OriolsReach.com for more info.
Let me tell you something. This bullpen is really coming together right now. Danny Baez, Brian Bass, Chris Ray, George Shell, Jim Johnson. Johnson threw 97 here yesterday.
Jones takes it to center to the other Jones. Adams got it. Andrews retired. One pitch, one out in the fourth.
But you get a chance to meet Chris Ray and talk about that bullpen. I think that is really one of the strong suits of this ball club. And right now, the way Baez has come around, and yesterday he was filthy, and he and Brian Bass have done a great job in long relief the last couple of days to give the Orioles an opportunity to come back late in games.
This day and age, you cannot win without the bullpen. The pitch is a strike on the outside corner. Blaylock, DH, grounded out his first time up. He's got a 3-game hit streak. Guthrie. Opponents were hitting .301 against him coming into the ball game. And that's pretty high, as Jeremy Guthrie's career numbers, opposing hitters .253, but .301 on the season this year. You get one good game and that number can be lowered significantly, and this is his 5th start. Here's the 0-2 delivery on the way. Blaylock will take it on a hop. For Jeremy, it's kind of been an awkward average against him on different counts. You see the numbers that he's put up. The pitch is 37 in the first. And boy, after that, he needed to have some quick innings, and he got a 1-2-3 inning in the third. 1-2 delivery on the way. Swung on, fouled off. Usually these numbers are reversed for pitchers. You get ahead on the count, you generally do well. 364. You get an 0-2 count, you do real well. 385 after an 0-2 count, and when it's 1-0, only 206.
Yeah, they're backwards right now. They'll even out as the season wears on. But the hitters become more defensive when they're in a hole. The pitchers more aggressive when they're out in front. The Jeremys are absolutely the opposite of what you would expect.
Kind of ironic, both pitchers in this game have numbers that are reversed, as we talked about Harrison, and now he gives up all the, when he gets 2 down, can't get the final out, gets 2 strikes, can't get the out. The reverse again of what you see. 2-ball, 2-strike count on the way. That one to right field, hit hard by the scoreboard. Markakis over. It'll take a bounce off the wall. He's got a shot at him. Here's a throw to second, and it was off the mark. Adino tried to stay close enough to the bag so he could slap a tag, but the ball was just too far away.
Yeah, Markakis played it with the bare hand off the wall, one hopped, and Blaylock gets his 3rd double of the season. And watch the play by Markakis, who knows this wall very well. Grabs it bare hand, the ball tails on him and takes Andino away from the bag. You can see the shortstop trying to hang out as long as he could and swipes the base runner. When Blaylock is in safely, as Markakis missed his mark, something you don't see happen very often.
So a 1-out double, and Bird, who flied out, will stand in. That is hit number 3 in the ball game for the Rangers, who trail 4-0. First ball swinging, foul tipped it into the mitt, and not a good pitch for him, but a great pitch by Guthrie.
Yeah, good moving fastball in the inner half, and it just really ate up Marlon Bird. As Jeremy's making some quality pitches right now.
0-1 count, 1 down. Bird fouls it off. Guthrie gets ahead on the count, 2 strikes to Bird.
And Gary, that's when the inside pitch becomes most effective, is when the hitters have to swing at it. If it's off the plate and they see it early, they just raise their hands, let it pass, and think outside. Now Bird's got to defend that inside part of the plate, and the outside part becomes very big for Jeremy Guthrie.
See where Guthrie goes with it here. The 0-2 delivery on the way, outside and low, scooped up by Zahn, and a 1-ball, 2-strike count.
This is a great cat and mouse game now, as Marlon Bird's thinking, okay, he beat me twice inside with that fastball. I've got to stay back and fight that off, and Guthrie can go inside again, go outside again, use the fastball over the breaking ball.
1-2 delivery on the way to Bird, and again inside, and he just 9-irons that one to keep his at-bat alive.
Yeah, the pitcher has the upper hand when he can throw strikes to both sides of the plate, and you get defensive swings like that last one that Bird took.
Bird has liked hitting here in this ballpark here at Camden Yards. His 21 career RBIs against Baltimore, the most he has against any team, and he's a .328 hitter here with 3 home runs at Camden Yards. 1-2 delivery. Move that one away from him, and he fouls it back into the screen, and a 1-ball 2-strike count.
Yeah, that was a different fastball. That was the 4-seam fastball that he was trying to get away, and it just kind of sailed back over the heart of the plate. But he had enough velocity on it with 2 strikes. He got it past Marlon Byrd.
We see another at bat with some quality foul balls coming. 1-2 delivery again, and a good play again to hold that out in front by Zahn and hold that runner at second base, as the count will go to 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Now you call for a breaking ball and you think about your right side. You know that a breaking ball is probably going to move toward the right side. Zahn plays it very well. Upper half of his body tilted over, plays it off the chest protector, and it stays right there at home plate, so Blaylock has to hold his ground.
A 2-2 count. Blaylock off second. Bird lashes it. Boy, did he adjust in that at bat. Montañez over. Runner's going to be sent home. Throw will come into second base. It'll be an RBI single for Bird. Texas gets on the board, and it is a 4-1 ball game.
Well, you mentioned how well Marlon Byrd hits, and they came inside again, and he's able to fight it off. You see how he draws his hands in and gets the barrel to the ball and hits it down the left field line. Montañez very alertly goes to second base, not tempted to make a throw on Hank Blaylock. Keeps a double play in order, holding Byrd at first.
So Bird gets the RBI. It'll be his 13th of the season. Still only 1 away. And here is Davis. Flied out his first time up. Long look over and the lob toss. Texas has been willing to run when given a chance. Bird has not stolen a base, hasn't tried to so far in the season. Guthrie delivers a fastball that'll miss up high. One of the things that surprises me about this Texas team, Buck, is the fact that they've struck out more than any other team in the American League, yet they're able to foul so many pitches off. You'd think a team that strikes out all the time would go down with a little less fight, but they don't.
Yeah, they really do a good job of spoiling good pitches.
That is in there for strike 1 and 1 to Chris Davis.
Yeah, I think the reason they strike out as frequently as they do is they're always thinking about hitting the ball with authority. They don't shorten up. They don't protect the plate. They think about leaving the yard.
And they do with some frequency.
They're pretty good at it.
Once in every 17 plate appearances. Guthrie with a look to first. Here's the 1-1 to Davis. He was cranking for one. That number of 1 home run every team 17 plate appearances is the second highest number in April in 55 years in Major League Baseball. Home run ratio in the first month of the season. 1-2. Bird on at first. Davis 0 for 7, lifetime off Guthrie. The 1-2, foul back again.
And Davis has got tremendous power. We have seen that on exhibit here, and he got underneath a fastball, popped it up to center field in his first at bat. He's better down than he is up, and he's better out over the plate, although he got to a Mark Hendrickson curveball that stayed right on the inner corner of the plate.
1-2 delivery to him in the dirt. Breaking ball's on again, stops it. And the count goes to 2 balls and 2 strikes. Davis having one of those quality at bats. He has a career high 7-game hit streak. He's gone 7 for 24 during the streak, 3 homers and 6 RBIs. So you've got a hitter at the plate who's feeling pretty good about himself. That Guthrie's having to battle here. Bird not any bigger lead at first, still a throw over. You would not expect Texas to be 3rd in stolen bases in the American League. At least I wouldn't. That's where they are, though, because Kinsler leads the charge. A legitimate base stealer. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Bird moves back towards the bag now. and got him swinging. Took a little off that. Guthrie gets his second strikeout, 2 down.
Pretty good curveball here with 2 strikes. It starts out down in the zone, and you can see Davis out in front, swings over the top of it. Big strikeout. Look at the difference with this ball club, the Texas Rangers, home and road. Home 5-4 record, but look at the batting average. 100 points higher at home than it is on the road. That's an amazing differential, but they're scoring runs on the road. 4.3. I mean, that's enough to win a lot of games. But
also
100-point differential.
That is an amazing number. The other thing that amazed me about it was that the ERA is almost the same for home and road. So their pitching staff doesn't just struggle at Texas where the ball sails. It's struggled everywhere. Early on, it's only April, but this is still the regular season. 1-0 count, 2 down. Teagarden singled his first time up, got out of an 0 for an 11 when he did that. Pitch is taken up high. Teagarden working behind the plate in the ball game. Taylor Teagarden, whose uncle was the great jazz musician. The Teagarden family played back in the 50s, 60s. 2-0 count. And he'll foul that one off outside the third. 2-1.
And Texas has got a couple of good young catchers with Teagarden, Jared Saltalamacchia. Saltalamacchia, switch hitter, and thought to be a better offensive player, and his defensive skills lack. Well, Teagarden is a strong defender with a strong throwing arm, but I think his presence has really pushed Saltalamacchia defensively, and he's come around and really playing well behind the plate and throwing well.
2-1 delivery on the way. Good fastball. Foul tipped into the mitt. It was up high, and he went after it. 2-ball, 2-strike count. And Jeremy Guthrie, who's given up a run on a double and a single, Bird the RBI. A chance to get out of it right here if he can get Teagarden with 2 down, the number 8 hitter. And that means, of course, the number 9 hitter Vizquel would be leading off the next inning. Bird keeps that short lead at first. Here's the 2-2. Say one thing for Texas, they're providing a lot of souvenirs here at Camden Yards tonight. Jeremy Guthrie would just assume that number be cut back. He's already thrown 86 pitches. We're in the 4th inning. 2-2 delivery on the way. Nolan Ryan doesn't want to hear that.
No, it doesn't make any difference to Nolan, does it?
They've eliminated the pitch count. I did a column for USA Today on it with Nolan and talking to Andy McPhail of the Orioles and with Mike Maddox of the pitching coach over there. They no longer allow their system to use a pitch count in deciding when pitchers are in or out of a ball game. 2-2 delivery on the way. Breaking ball got him on the outside corner. 3 strikeouts, 2 in the inning, a run in on Bird's base hit, but Guthrie finishes it off right there for 1-0s.
here at Camden Yards, you can meet some of your favorite former Orioles at the Orioles Alumni Autograph Series. Former O's players and coaches will be here in the Masson booth on Utah Street near Gate A, signing autographs and meeting fans. The autograph station opens 90 minutes before first pitch and stays open until 30 minutes before game time. Tonight's Orioles alumni were Chris Hoyles, Andy Etchebarren, and Larry Sheet. So go to Orioles.com for more information. Gary, Buck.
Thank you. Great to see them here tonight. That one fouled off by Montañez. There they are. Chris Hoyles, Andy Etchebarren, Ron Hansen with the numbers and the years that they played.
Played with Etchebarren and Hansen. Andy Etchebarren and I were teammates in Milwaukee. Ron Hansen and I were teammates in Kansas City. And obviously, they all had great careers here with the Orioles. Chris Hoyles with 150 home runs.
Yeah, they were all a good deal older than you, I can see by the photograph. You were very young when you were young.
That's especially.
Yeah. 1-2 delivery, taken to right field. Murphy's there. Montañez retired. He had doubled and scored his first time up. One away here in the fourth inning. Orioles 4 runs, 6 hits. Couple left on base. Texas, they've put up 1 run, 4 hits. They have stranded 4, only 1 in scoring position. Greg Zahn lined out second base, his first time up. Towards short. Vizquel. 2 down. 2 quick outs for Matt Harrison. On Wednesday, the Orioles will close out the homestand. There's going to be a special afternoon matinee against the Angels at 12:35. Tickets start as low as $9. Now, I didn't say this. Skip out of work early and enjoy the afternoon. Baseball, Orioles, Camden Yards, 888-848-BIRD, Orioles.com.
I think you said it.
Did I say that?
Sounded like your voice.
Was it like me?
Yeah, it was just like it.
It was Amber.
Huh?
Yeah.
Skip work, huh?
Skip work, yeah. Well, we do every day.
12:35.
So why shouldn't somebody else?
Beautiful afternoon. Come down and have a great afternoon at the ballpark. Should be fun.
Koji Uehara will be making the start. The Angels have not yet named their starter. Adam Eaton will be going tomorrow. Joe Saunders in the first of a quick 2-game set. And the Orioles will go to Toronto, which should be interesting. 2 ball, 1 strike count. Robert Andino delivered an RBI with a base hit and stole a base in the second inning. That one to center field. Bird. And a 1-2-3 inning. So we completed 4 here at Camden Yards, and the Orioles picking up the runs early, maintaining the lead 4-1. Authority of the Orioles and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Baltimore Orioles. Omar Vizquel flying out to center field, his first time up, and the delivery to him is taken for a strike. Vizquel getting the start at short. It is the 4th start for the veteran. He's batting 9th. Kinsler and Murphy to follow. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Off the end of the bat, Brian Roberts is there. One down, Kinsler coming up.
Well, Ian Kinsler's been a red-hot hitter, but tonight Jeremy Guthrie has neutralized him in his first 2 at-bats. In the first inning, watch the contact point with the ball. Down around the label, it shatters his bat. It's a weak pop-up to center field. Jeremy Guthrie made a good pitch. This is his second at-bat in the 3rd inning. Again, watch the contact point. Guthrie beats him again, hits him down around the label, and Kinsler pops up weakly to left field. So Guthrie's had the upper hand so far tonight with his fastball to Ian Kinsler.
And for any Baltimore pitcher to be able to take care of Kinsler is no small matter. With the .469 average, 5 homers, 17 RBIs over the last 2 years against the Orioles. A .391 hitter here at Camden Yards with 3 homers. Kinsler in this series, the 4 for 17. Guthrie, the 2-0 delivery to him, and that is in the air to center. Adam Jones has it lined up, and he's got it, and there are 2 down.
Rick Kranitz had talked about Guthrie and this great fastball hitting Ranger lineup. He said he's still got to use his fastball, but you got to use it, get movement, make good pitches, crowd them, throw enough inside pitches where they make adjustments. He said that they are still a very good hitting fastball club, but you have to use the fastball, just locate it effectively.
Guthrie has really settled in here. Murphy up, and he takes it for a strike, batting second. He has flied out to center and struck out. Adam Jones already has 6 putouts in the ball game here in the 5th inning. 0-1 delivery, and that ball to right field. Markakis will have to play this on a hop. So Murphy is on with a base hit. It comes with 2 down, and gets the middle of the order with Michael Young hitting 3rd to the plate. A 38 pitch first inning is the one that raised that number. He wants to get through this inning, give himself a chance to be a winner in the ball game.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, Jeremy Guthrie might be the most physically fit player on this team. He really works hard at conditioning, and I don't think the pitch count should be a major concern just yet.
Michael Young will foul that one away. He has doubled and flied out in the ball game. Texas team coming in 7th in average and 2nd in runs because of all the home runs they hit. They are 1st in that department. Number 1 in slugging, but only 10th in on base percentage, and striking out more times than any other team in the American League. Orioles have done it the other way around. The Orioles are 8th in slugging, but they're 4th in on base percentage. So the Orioles have gotten people on and then been able to get them around. 0-1 count, 2 down on Young. Again, center field. Jones back. That ball is deep at the wall, and goodbye home run. The 39th of the year for Texas. This is a 2 RBI shot, and they are right back in it, 4-3.
And with that home run, Texas has still only been held homerless once all season long. Young drills it into the seats, and take a look at Guthrie's delivery as he tries to extend that 4-seam fastball out and get it down, and Michael Young hit it right back to center field.
He has 6 home runs on the season, Young does, and 13 RBIs. So, as Texas does, that one swing of the bat puts them into the ball game. It is 4-3. Matt Albers up in the Orioles pen. Andrew Jones on a check swing strike, angry at himself that he either didn't hold up or should have gone around and tried for it.
Well, he was guessing and got a pretty good breaking ball to hit the center of the plate, but he was looking for an inside fastball in between.
And that's going to be in the inside corner. Raining in Chicago. They were postponed the White Sox game. Some of that rain's supposed to come into this area over the next 2 or 3 days. 0-2 delivery on the way. That'll be bounced in the dirt. Jones has walked and flied to center field. 1-2 count, two down. Batting in the cleanup spot. Blaylock waiting if Jones can extend the inning. And he is gone. So Guthrie gets the 4th strikeout, but Michael Young delivers his 6th homer of the year. Guthrie has now given up 5, and as a result, it's a 4-3 Orioles lead. Only weekend series for these two teams here at Camden Yards this year. Hope you'll get your tickets and paint the park orange. That's the Yankees in town May 8, 9, and 10. Tickets start as low as $15. 888-848-BIRD. Orioles.com for info. Detroit leading the Yankees 1-0 tonight in Detroit. Boston and Cleveland, no score in the 6th in Cleveland.
I think the Yankees have concerns. I think they look a little bit old right now.
And Kinsler's got it. Roberts retired.
They certainly look old when they're playing the Red Sox. The Red Sox very athletic. They got a lot of speed. They do a lot of things to manufacture runs. But I would be concerned if I were Joe Girardi right now, especially with the injuries.
Yeah, I agree. They've that pitching staff has not done for them what they need to get done. Top 2 starters just not getting it done, and they've got to have some help from their starters, or they're going to be in real trouble. Tampa Bay struggling to get back in it. It's been an interesting start. I mean, it's early on. Look, they all count. Tampa Bay in last place, 7-12. Yankees are 9-9. Toronto's won 14. Boston's won 12, and each of those teams have lost 6. Red Sox have won 10 in a row in the East. So it's interesting.
The problem for Tampa Bay is they play the Red Sox 10 times in the first 35 games. And you can get buried.
One hopper to short. Vizquel. And Jones is retired. Adams now 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. 2 down, 5th inning. Matt Harrison has settled it in. He's retired 8 in a row.
Yeah, he's done a good job, and he's got good life on his fastball, and he's actually thrown a couple breaking balls over. The changeup has been effective for him tonight. And we mentioned he's just 23 years old. He's 6'4", a big, strong kid, and he came over to the Rangers in that Mark Teixeira deal with Atlanta.
And I'll give Harrison one more. Actually, 9 in a row. You go all the way back to the last out in the 2nd inning. The Orioles got a run in the 1st and 3 more in the 2nd. Nick Markakis will take it. A 1-ball-1-strike count. Nick with a single in the 1st inning. 14-game hit streak for him. He is also grounded out. Average up to 392. Harrison's also picked the pace up.
Well, that's one thing Mike Maddox really wanted him to do. He wanted him to work much quicker. When you do that, you send a message to the hitters that you feel pretty confident. Rock and fire. Get to sign and throw it.
1-2. That is outside. Roberts 2 RBIs and a base hit. Aubrey Huff and Andino have RBIs for the 4 on the board for the Orioles. Young a 2 RBI homer, and Bird an RBI single for Texas. And Harrison is dealing right now. That's his second strikeout, third inning in a row that he's retired the side in order. Here at Camden Yards, Orioles lead at 4-3.
The scoring started in the first inning with a base hit to left field to chase home Adam Jones. Then Robert Andino comes up with an RBI base hit to right field in the second. Brian Roberts drives in too with a drilled base hit to center field, and Michael Young gets the Rangers within a run with a 2-run home run to center field off Jeremy Guthrie, his 6th of the season. Roberts' RBI gives him 7 now as he picked up a pair, and Andino had a big RBI base hit, his first as an Oriole, and Michael Young continues to hit the Orioles pitching hard.
Jeremy Guthrie is out of there. Could win the ball game. 3 runs, 6 hits over 5. He walked 1, struck out 4, and Matt Albers is on. You see the 5 earned runs, 13 hits in just 8 2/3 innings, 6 strikeouts and 4 walks. Now the Orioles bullpen, the last 2 games, they have not allowed anything, just 3 hits and a walk, striking out 9 in 9 2/3 scoreless innings over the last 2 games. Albers delivers a strike on the outside corner, and on this homestand the bullpen has worked 20 innings, giving up just 4 earned runs. That's a 1.8 ERA.
Yeah, they have really been throwing well, and they have fresh arms down there because of Brian Bass and Danny Baez.
Blaylock will ground that one down to first. It is a foul ball. He has doubled and grounded out.
The bullpen has been phenomenal, as Gary mentioned. 20 strikeouts in 20 innings and a very impressive ERA. But here on Saturday, Brian Bass pitched 3 2/3 innings of relief. Then Danny Baez yesterday, 3 innings of relief, and that keeps the rest of the bullpen well rested. And they should have plenty of bullets for tonight's game.
Guthrie out of there after 5. Albert's fastball is going to miss inside for a ball. Albers has worked an inning and a third in this series and had a strikeout, and that has been it. His numbers are high because the first outings not good. Here's the 1-2 delivery, and that will just miss inside. 2-ball, 2-strike count. Blaylock, Bird, and Davis due up against Matt Albers in a 1-run ball game. For Albers, the left-hander's hitting .333 off him, right-hander's .400. Here's the 2-2. And that one to right field, and it is way back, and it is off the top of the scoreboard. He'll hold him to a single on a perfect throw by Markakis into second base. Blaylock with one of the longer singles you'll ever see.
Right at the top of that high scoreboard in right field, the fastball down inner half of the plate, about 3/4 of the way up on the scoreboard. Markakis, as we mentioned, plays this wall very well and throws a strike to Andino. Great extension here as Blaylock looked like he'd hit the ball out of the ballpark, but it just was too low on that big scoreboard in right.
So the potential tying run at first base. Marlon Byrd is singled, flied out, driven in a run. And the slider's outside for a ball. That shot of the swing by Blaylock looked like we were watching The Natural again.
Yeah.
Boy, these guys really
drop that back shoulder and extend.
Off the back foot. Big, powerful home run cuts. 1-0 count. Rangers now with 7 hits in the ball game. They are out hitting the Orioles by 1. And such a typical Ranger game, as the Orioles were able to get up to the early 4-0 lead. Texas got a run in the 4th, 2 more in the 5th. That made it a 1-run ball game, and that's where we are. 2-0 count. In the air to center, not deep. Jones will put that one away. Bird is retired. 1 down here in the 6th inning. And we've had a question sent in by Joe Chase in Potomac. Who is the best cutoff man you've seen and why?
I will say Robbie Alomar, because he had a strong arm, he had tremendous instincts, and he had the ability to go out as far as he needed to go out on a particular outfielder. If he knew he had a guy with a strong arm, he wouldn't go out as deep. A little weaker arm, he would go out, but he always angled his body to unload in a hurry, just like he was turning a double play. Omar Vizquel is very good as well. Cesar Astures, for that matter, is very good in that he has a strong arm and he positions his body almost as if he's a relay racer getting ready to take the baton from the outfielder and turn it on to home plate.
Yep. You're obviously talking about a second baseman or a shortstop when you ask that question. There are others at times who cut it off, but they're the primary guys who make relays. So you're looking for a strong-armed second baseman, shortstop, who also has great instincts on where to be in order to go get the ball.
Absolutely, and you have to know the situation of the ball game, what base runner is the significant base runner, and where you're going to throw it.
In the dirt, runner at first, and Chris Davis up in the count now, 2-0. I thought Cal, positioning wise, now later on didn't have the greatest arm, but Cal knew where to be in going out to take cutoff throws in that shortstop position, and just sometimes held runners up, not because of the arm, but because of where he was. Here's the 2-0 delivery. Davis takes it outside, 3-0.
And how many times do you remember watching Cal leave his position, turn over his shoulder, look at the base runner to see where he was and anticipating where he might have a play?
Yeah.
I mean, he was always aware of where those base runners were, and as he was running out to get into position to make the cutoff and relay.
Here's the 3-0 delivery by Albers, and he walked him, and Albers in trouble here. That'll put runners on at first and second base with only 1 away. Only 2 walks issued between Guthrie and Albers tonight. Online voting for the 09 Major League All-Star Game. You can do it at Orioles.com, and when you vote for your favorite Orioles, you could win an All-Star prize. Vote Orange Save Green. Any fan who votes on Orioles.com, take that in the generic term, will get a $5 off on the ticket for an upcoming game. You can vote a maximum 25 times. If you do that, you could receive a free upper reserve seat to any non-prime game after the All-Star break. Details, Orioles.com/vote orange. Teagarden up. 2 on, 1 down. Taylor Teagarden is singled and struck out. Rangers trying to get this tied up or better. The Orioles trying to protect the 1-0 lead here in the top of 1-run lead in the top of the 6th inning. And that's going to be a base hit into left center field. Montañez will cut it off. Coming around to score the tying run is Blaylock. An RBI for Teagarden, and it is a 4-4 game.
Teagarden, with just his second RBI of the season, hits a pretty good pitch. Looked like a sinking fastball down bottom of the strike zone. Watch the location. It is down out of the strike zone indeed, and he hooks it over the shortstop's head. Montañez comes over and cuts it off very quickly, and here comes Blaylock packing the tying run.
So they have battled from the 4-0 deficit to tie this ball game up at 4. Now with 8 hits on the board, Vizquel 0 for 2 is flied out, grounded out, still only 1 away. And Vizquel taking a big cut for a strike. Omar Vizquel has had only 4 chances with runners in scoring position this year, 1 for 4. It is just his 4th start at shortstop. We are right back to an unsettled event. 4-4 ball game. 0-1. Vizquel will take it up high. Vizquel came in on Sunday, a defensive replacement, age of 42, joining Honus Wagner and Luke Appling, the 3rd player ever to appear at shortstop at the age of 42. That's pretty good company.
Well, testimony too to how well these guys take care of themselves to be able to play a very strenuous position at that age.
I haven't asked Omar if he wants to manage when he gets done. I would think he's got a chance, if he wanted to be a pretty darn good manager.
Yeah, I would think so. There's Sarfati loosening up. He's a very interesting guy. He's a clothing designer. He's got all kinds of businesses going. He's a very, very active guy in things other than baseball as well.
2-1 delivery, not deep, shortstop, and Dino is there. He's got it. It's a big out. Davis back to second base. Teagarden over to first. Now there are 2 down.
Let's take a look at Matt Albert's delivery with Exmo as he gets extended over that front side. He gets a tremendous amount of sink. You can see how he extends his fingers well beyond his delivery, and that is indication that he threw that changeup just to get it finished and really finish up with that rotation. Rick Kranitz, the pitching coach, out. Looks like he's saying, okay, let's just regroup here, calm down a bit. We got 2 outs. They have kept Ian Kinsler at bay tonight. He is 0 for 3 with 3 fly ball outs. But we have told you throughout this series how tough he is with runners on. He is a different hitter when he's hitting with nobody on and when he's hitting with base runners on.
Kinsler 3 for 5, lifetime off Albers. Has runners at first and second base with 2 down in a tie ball game. .471 with runners in scoring position so far for Kinsler. 2 away, and the pitch outside, and he did not go around Angel Hernandez at first. Batting .346. 7 homers in the leadoff spot and 20 RBIs from your leadoff hitter. Albers with a run collected here. Jeremy Guthrie is non-decision in start number 5. 1-0 pitch in the dirt. Zahn blocks it. Albers working behind hitters here in the inning, and the count goes to 2-0.
Well, you have to believe right now he is looking fastball. 2-0, got a chance to take a shot. He's got the count in his favor. He's got men on base. This is where he'll look fastball and obviously try to do big time damage here.
2-0 delivery to him. It's a slider, it looked like, and it is outside, and the count goes to 3-0. So Matt Albers having a tough inning here. Blaylock started it with a single. Davis drew a walk. Teagarden single. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Kinsler, strike on the outside corner. He was ready to go with a walk there and didn't get it.
Good pitch right on the corner, and that ball ran back just to catch a piece of the outside corner.
Here's the 3-1 to Kinsler. Check swing. Did he go? Yes. This time Angel Hernandez with a strike, and from 3-0 it's 3-2.
Yeah, I like this call by Greg Zahn. It's a 3-1 pitch. You expect fastball. He's cheating to the fastball, committed to the swing, and they throw him the curveball and get the call. Didn't do it again right here. Take a chance.
Runners will be going with 2 down. Davis at second. Teagarden at first. Here's the 3-2 delivery. Kinsler takes it, and he gets the walk after all. So the second walk of the inning for Matt Albers will load the bases. And Murphy, the number 2 hitter, coming up. Murphy has singled, scored, struck out, and flied out. This is where these power bats of Texas can really do some damage. 2 down, sacks full. David Murphy waiting, strike on the outside corner. Murphy's first chance with the bases loaded to get an at bat. He had one before and drew a walk on the year. Rangers are 5 for 16 with the bases loaded. 1 grand slam. Nelson Cruz. That one a little further outside, and a 1-ball 1-strike count.
Yeah, that grand slam came against the Orioles down in Arlington as Rodimus Lease came into relief, threw 1 pitch to Nelson Cruz, and he knocked it out of the ballpark.
4-4 ball game. Texas tying it up with a run so far in the 6th. 2 down. 1-1. That's going to be a base hit. Davis will come around to score. Play at the plate. Teagarden sliding and safe. Got around it on the inside part of the plate. So a bases loaded single for Murphy and 2 RBIs and a 6-4 lead for Texas.
Adam Jones makes a strong throw to the plate, and it's right on line. And take a look at the slide at the home plate by Taylor Teagarden. Slides to the inside, something that doesn't happen that frequently. But he eludes the tag of Zahn. Zahn had pretty good position, and you can see Teagarden slides to the inside of home plate and beats the tag.
So, Matt Albers, a very tough inning here in the 6th, as the 8th man will be coming up for Texas as they've now taken the lead 6-4.
To strand these 2 base runners here as the Rangers have taken a 2-run lead, as David Murphy came up with a big 2-run single to center field. Sarfate worked his last game against the White Sox in the first game of that series.
So first chance against Texas in this 4-game set for him. Runners at first and second. Here's Michael Young, who's done damage. Young delivered a 2 RBI homer in the 5th, his 6th. He doubled in the first. 2 for 3 ball game. He has gone 5 for 18 with the home run here in the 4 games. 6-4 Texas. Sarfate's delivery taken down low. Matt Albers, 2/3 of an inning so far, charged with 3 runs on 3 hits, a couple of walks. Kinsler on at second base, Murphy on at first. 1-0 pitch. Sarfate gets a strike in the outside corner. The Orioles bullpen came in overall 9th in ERA. They've given up a lot of hits per 9 innings, but they have not given up many walks. The best walk and best walk strikeout ratio of any bullpen in the American League. Sarfati with a 1-1 to second. Brian Roberts takes the spinner and gets the out. But Texas gets 3 runs here in the top half of the 6th inning, and for the first time they have taken the lead. It is 6-4 Rangers.
League starting out down in AAA Norfolk. Nolan Raimond had a very good night. He leads the International League in home runs. He had 2 last night. Right-handed pitcher Jake Arrieta in Bowie, 6 scoreless innings, 6 strikeouts. And first base prospect Brandon Snyder in Bowie had 2 doubles. He went 2 for 5 with an RBI. But got to keep in perspective, Gary and Buck, that's down on the farm. When you come to the show, might be a different story. Gary?
Yep, absolutely, Amber. The Orioles, and obviously, as we said, keeping a very close eye on what goes on down there with the players of the future, and that's why you want to give them as much time there as you can to succeed. Aubrey Huff, ground ball to first base. Getting over to cover it is Harrison. Good flip by Davis. Huff 1 for 3 with a single and an RBI in the ball game. Matt Harrison, the way he started this game, you would have thought he was going to be gone by the 3rd or 4th inning, but he's walked only 1, struck out 2, settled in. Given up the 4 runs in the first 2 innings and nothing since.
No, he has really done a good job of minimizing the damage and settling in after a rocky start. 1 in the first, 3 in the second, and since then nothing. I mean nothing.
And nothing on this one either. As Ty Wigginton puts it out to Murphy, and there are 2 down here in the bottom of the 6th. The Cal Ripken Senior Collegiate Baseball League hosting the Valley Baseball League in the Mid-Atlantic Classic. It's going to be July 15 at Regency Furniture Stadium in Waldorf. Come on out and watch future Orioles who have made their mark there before. It'll also be live on MASN HD. The game time 7:05, July 15. There's also going to be a home run derby, so get there early. It will start at 5:30. The admission is free. Donations will be accepted. Ripken Senior College Baseball.org is the place to go for information. What 0 count as it misses away. 2 down, nobody on. Luke Scott with a walk, struck out. He has scored and fouls that one back. And the count goes to 1-1 on Luke. And maybe a new bat needed here. Harrison's looking for his first win of the season in this start number 4. He had losses against Detroit and Kansas City in his first 2 starts, then non-decision at Toronto in his last outing, but big ERA of 9.2. He'd given up 26 hits in 14 innings coming into the ball game, including 4 home runs. But he's made adjustments here in this game, and right now he's got a chance to be the winning pitcher. 1-1 delivery on the way, and slap foul at the plate. 1-2.
Harrison threw one of the 4 shutouts pitched by rookies last year in a game of at least 9 innings. September 12th at Oakland, 9 innings, 5 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts, no runs.
1-2 delivery by the lefty down low. If you count a fielder's choice back in the second inning, he's got 14 in a row here that he's retired.
Yeah, that's always significant because hitters normally get more confidence and get better swings at you as they see you more and more during the course of a game.
Swung on and missed, 3 strikeouts, and he sets the side down in order for the 4th consecutive inning. 6-4 Rangers.
Yeah, they sure do, Gary. And you'd think that early on, it's running the first 3 in the second, they'd be able to add on runs. But Matt Harrison has taken care of that. Boy, as he settled in, he's actually got his breaking ball over very consistently. But he's got a lot of life on his fastball. And the changeup has neutralized some very good hitters in this Oriole lineup.
We told you what the numbers were for the bullpen in this series. They were excellent. A 1.80 ERA against Texas until Matt Albers had problems in his inning. Now it's up to the pen to hold Texas down.
Yeah, it sure is. A couple zeros on the board and give your own hitters a chance to get back in this game. Obviously, the Orioles have plenty of offense of their own, and they're going to have 3 at-bats for the remainder of this game. Lots of time to get back in this game, but Sarfati's got to make sure he puts up a 0 right here in the 7th.
The Oriole hitters, you can already see in the first month the confidence they have in themselves because of the way they've been swinging the bat. When they get behind in ball games, they do not get down. They know that they've got enough to come back and win games.
Yeah, they sure do, and there's enough good hitters in this lineup. It's not one guy you have to count on that has to come through every night. There's a lot of balance in this lineup, and I think that they're confident they can come back against this Ranger ball club.
Andrew Jones, that hit the bat. That was not a swing. Home plate umpire is asking if he's all right. It's not a question of whether it was a foul ball. It's a question of did it get a piece of his hand. Don't see that very often.
You could hear the ball hit the end of the bat as he drew his hands in, trying to get out of the way of that pitch.
And he's all right. Sarfati, 1 ball, 2 strike count. Sarfati came on to retire the side with a final out in the 6th inning. Albers 3 runs, 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning with 2 walks, 1 of which scored. Now Sarfati on, and a 2 ball, 2 strike count on Andrew Jones. And a towering pop up first base side. Huffover will not have a play, and it'll stay at 2-2. Here's the 2-2 delivery. Tried to yank that one high in the air to right. Markakis. He's got it. Jones retired. 1 away, top half of the 7th inning. Blaylock and Bird follow in the ball game. Talked about comebacks. This Texas team is getting some of that done with their home run power. He tried on this one to get one.
Yeah, and you can see by Exmo that he gets beaten by that, and that he made contact back over the plate and didn't get the ball out in front where he could really extend those arms.
Hank Blaylock. Texas has had 3 come from behind wins, and they have lost 5 games in which they have had a lead. 1-0 count on Blaylock. He has doubled, singled, scored twice, 2 for 3 in the ball game, hitting .262. Hank Blaylock with the cut will foul that one right straight back. And a 1-ball, 1-strike count. Last meeting until September for the Orioles and Rangers. This is game 7 of the year. 1-1 delivery and the strike taken. So I thought he just blew that one in there. 1-2.
Yeah, we talk about the quality arms coming out of this bullpen, and got a lot of good arms down in that bullpen, and you can see now they're gaining more confidence, cutting down the walks and being much more aggressive.
1-2 delivery on the way. Quirky schedule that has created these teams playing against one another so early. The other quirk in the schedule so far that people keep pointing to whenever you say Toronto's in first place in the East, everybody goes, yeah, but they haven't played anybody in the East yet. Boston's 8-2 against the East, 10 games. Most teams 9 or 10 games, and Toronto hasn't played one. Sarfati got him to chase one away, and Blaylock's retired. And there are 2 down. Dave out of Woodstock. The baseball players have time to look at film, and how much time do they spend doing it?
They have all the time in the world to look at film, and the video system here for the Orioles has been upgraded dramatically over the last couple of years, and guys will literally be in that video room 2 in the afternoon looking at the guy they're going to face, trying to identify hitters that are similar to themselves against that particular pitcher. So yeah, they look at a lot of film, and if they have some questions, they go to Terry Crowley, have him come in the room and say, you know, give me some help on this guy. I can't really identify any patterns, and they'll try to look for information that will give them an advantage in run producing situations.
Bird to center field, and he's got a base hit, so he's 2 for 4 and an RBI. A 2-out single off Sarfati here in the 7th inning. There are a few hitters still left who will not look at film, who believe that it messes your mind up. Now, there aren't many of those left, but some just think they watch that, you begin to think too much, and they want to be see it, hit it hitters. Most now believe that you get an advantage by finding tendencies. I mean, in all sports now, what you're looking for are tendencies. Tendencies of pitchers, tendencies of hitters, tendencies of goaltenders, tendencies of NBA players. Everybody wants to know what's the tendency. What's the guy going to do in this situation?
Yeah, give me a count. 2-1, runner at second base, game on the line. Chances are a pitcher's going to go to an area in the strike zone with a pitch he's most comfortable with. And he will do that time and time again.
What is it? That's what they want to know. Here is Chris Davis, the first baseman.
To give you an idea how advanced it has become, Manny Ramirez will look at closers and look at setup guys, figuring that he'll have enough information about the starters, but he will only get to see that closer once a game.
Here's the 0-1 delivery outside. Talking to Dave Magadan, the hitting coach of the Red Sox last night, trying to find what they need to do to get David Ortiz back into it. This is how far they broke it down. They went frame by frame and found out last year to get the bat into the hitting zone it took 4 frames. This year it is taking 8.
Twice as slow.
Twice as slow.
Yeah.
1-1 delivery is swung on and missed. Foul tipped, rather.
The one thing that's
1-2
positive is David Ortiz is starting to hit the ball the opposite field.
Yep.
And when he does that, that means that he's not rushing, concerned about getting the bat head out. So when he hits the ball with authority to left field, his timing is getting better, and then he will become more dangerous, and the balls will move around toward the power alley as he gets more confident.
He has always used the Green Monster at Fenway when he has hit well.
Yeah.
He will get hits off the wall and get home runs the other way. 1-2 count on Chris Davis. Davis will foul that one back. Runner on at first, 2 down. We're in the 7th. Tight ball game, 6-4. Single by Bird. He's the base runner on. Another double-digit ball game for this Texas team as they have the 6 runs on 10 hits. Orioles 4 runs on 6 hits, but the Orioles have not had a base hit since the 2nd inning. Dennis Sarfate, third pitcher used by the O's. 1-2 delivery. Jammed him, held up on it. So yet another ball game turned over to the bullpens, at least for the Orioles. Matt Harrison has been the starter and gone the distance so far for Texas. 2-2, very short lead at first base. And hit hard. Brian Roberts on the backhand. Makes the play. Davis is retired. A runner left on. 7th inning stretch time at Camden Yards. Brought to you by Jack Daniel's Tennessee Whiskey. Please drink responsibly. At the Orioles online shop, Orioles.com is where you'll find it. Memorabilia, all kinds of authentic classics for the whole family. You can shop 24/7. Get your gear straight from the source. The Orioles.com shop, where baseball is always in full swing. Whoa. Scared me there. Pitch is taken outside for a ball as the starter, Matt Harrison, remains on here. Montañez has doubled and flied out, then Zahn and Adeno. And you're seeing part of Nolan Ryan's effect on ball games. You saw it with Padilla in this series when he stayed on maybe an inning or two longer than normally would have happened in this day and age. Harrison has been very effective here. There's no thought of taking him out regardless of the pitch count, so long as he remains effective. As Mike Maddox and Nolan Ryan said to me, what we've done is we've taken the ceiling off. There is no ceiling. Maddox says the hitters will tell us when it's time to take a starter out. We're not going to look at that pitch count to decide when that is. 2-ball, 2-strike count here. Orioles need base runners. Need to just get somebody on here and get Harrison out of this rhythm he's in.
Yeah, and Nolan Ryan has really pushed conditioning, and he said conditioning is to increase the stamina, allow pitchers to work later in the game, but also to maintain the quality of their pitches late into the game.
Kinsler at second base gets it. And Montañez is retired. Texas instituted the fitness program under Ryan's tutelage during the off season and had each of their pitchers required to come into spring training in shape and ready to go.
Yeah, they started that in November in Arlington and began a conditioning program. And
outside the zone.
Nolan wants his starters to pitch the entire season as a starting pitcher, not to be in and out of the rotation. Just take that job and run with it. And because of that, going out there with the intent of pitching late into the game and not complaining about pitch count or being tired.
Yeah. Yeah, he was funny about that. He added that word. I don't want to hear any complaining. 2-0 delivery on the way, and that is outside for a ball. Zahn is lined out, grounded out. Matt Harrison, the 23-year-old, trying to get his first one of the year against 2 losses. O'Day up in the bullpen. First action we've seen out there. That is in there for a strike. 3-1.
You can see he's still 91 miles an hour on the fastball, so he's still got a lot in the tank.
15 in a row retired. 3-1 delivery. That's a strike on the outside corner. 3-2. And still moving his pitches around. He has walked 1, struck out 4. Orioles' last hit when they got 3 runs on 3 hits in the second inning of the ball game. Zahn to short. Vizquel. 2 down. C.J. Wilson gets up with Darren O'Day. Righty lefty as we are in the 7th. 2 down, bases empty.
The one time the Orioles got the guys in the bottom third of the lineup on base, they scored 3 runs. That came in the second inning after Luke Scott had walked in the 6th spot. Montañez then doubled after a Zahn line out. Andino got the base hit, but that turned the lineup over, and Brian Roberts was spotted with a 2-run single.
And now 2 down. Andino up again. 1 for 2 with that base hit at an RBI in the second inning. Brian Roberts has 2 RBIs in the game. Aubrey Huff and Andino have the others. 6-10-0 for the Rangers, and 4-6-0 for the O's. Bottom of the 7th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike count.
Looked like they're both ready. They had gotten loose. It's a muggy, hot night. Doesn't take long.
Just kind of watching the ball game now.
Yep.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Harrison really wants this out, not turn that order over and get Roberts up here in the 7th inning. 2-1 delivery. Andino. It's a nasty pitch that Harrison has had going tonight to right-handers.
Now it's a changeup that's got a definite sinking action down and away, and he really turns his hand over, gets on top of the ball, and his arm action suggests fastball.
2-2 delivery. Ooh. That was right where it looked like.
Just trying to throw a little bit harder than he had. You see the target down and in, and that ball sails right over Andino's head.
Three ball, 2 strike count. And Andino gets the base hit. A quality at bat to end the streak of Harrison at 16 in a row retired.
What a good at bat. He hits the changeup, and a good one. It's just beyond the reach of Omar Vizquel at shortstop. He timed his leap perfectly, but just didn't have enough height, and Andino's got his second hit of the night. 2 for 3.
There's nothing wrong with Cesar as Torres, by the way. Dave Tremblay saying before the game just wanted to give him a night game off. Though Maddox out talking, the bullpen is ready. While Texas doesn't use it, Harrison has thrown 110 pitches.
Again, part of the psychology of starting pitchers. This is your game. This is your guy. You got yourself into this mess. Get out of it.
Sure baseball.
Yeah.
2 down, runner on at first base. Orioles now with 7 hits in the ball game, and Brian Roberts up. He came up in the second inning, picked up 2 RBIs on a single. He'll take the first pitch away for a ball, as he has done all night against Harrison. He came in 2 for 2 against Matt Harrison. 1 for 3 in this game. 4-game hit streak now for Brian. And that one going for that outside corner, misses, and it goes to 2-0. Roberts hitting at .370. 8th best average in the American League to start the day. Here's the 2-0. Roberts to right field. Murphy has it, and Harrison works his way out of it. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left on base. 7 complete. Camden Yards, 6-4 Rangers. Candidates tonight. Michael Young has had a home run, couple of RBIs, 2 for 4 ball game. Harrison, the starter, has gone the distance, 7 a walk and 4 strikeouts, has the lead in the game. And Andino getting the start at short. He's had an RBI, 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and a run scored. Text in your vote, A, B, or C, to 51862. Top of the 8th inning. Here's Taylor Teagarden. 2 singles, an RBI, and a run scored. Fine job behind the plate in just his 5th start of the season, and he had been struggling coming in with 7 consecutive strikeouts before he got that single in the 2nd inning, and he was 0 for 11. 1-0 delivery to him. That'll be taken for a strike. Dennis Sarfate remains on, starting his 2nd inning. He finished the 6th, getting the final out. 1-1, swung on a miss, tailing away from him, 1-2.
Yeah, good movement on that fastball as he cut it away from Teagarden. Get ahead.
Orioles bullpen, except for Baez, all available. 1 ball, 2 strike count. Teagarden on a check swing. And the count goes to 2-2. Orioles certainly well within striking distance here in this ball game. Only 2 runs down, and they got to keep Texas though at the 6. 2-2 delivery, foul tipped into the mitt and held on to. Teagarden goes down swinging. Sarfate's got his 2nd strikeout.
Sarfate goes upstairs with the fastball. It's more of a 4-seam fastball. He just got a little piece of it. Watch the ball make contact. He is beaten by it. Just ticks it enough, and Craig Zahn's able to corral it in the webbing of that catcher's mitt.
Now Omar Vizquel, 0 for 3 in the ball game. Vizquel takes it for a strike. .353 his numbers, limited at bats. Just his 4th start at the shortstop position. Wigginton in at 3rd base, grounded to short. And there are 2 down here in the 8th. And Dino makes the play. The Orioles have not won a ball game where they have trailed after 7. They are 0-9 in those situations. Tonight they'd like to turn that one around and put one in the W column with a comeback. 2 away here in the 8th. Top of the order now, Kinsler. He drew a walk his last time up, 0 for 3. Batting at .346. And the pitch scooped at is down low, ball one. He has had 4 hits and 18 at bats in this series. Still up there with 7 homers, 20 RBIs. Breaking ball that didn't, misses high and inside, and a 2-0 count on Kinsler.
Yeah, he's kind of had a rough road trip coming into this game tonight, including an 0 for 5 last night. He hit 179 on this trip, plus an 0 for 3 tonight.
2-0 delivery to him. Kinsler is doing what he did in 07 when he had a tremendous start. The numbers are almost the same for April. In 07 he hit 333, hitting over 350 now, 7 home runs. Back in 07, 7 home runs now. He had 16 RBIs in April of 07. He's got 20 now. I mean, they're very consistent numbers for the first month of this season and the first month of his season in 07 when he burst on the offensive scene. Here's the 3-1 delivery to him, and that's a strike. 3-2. Angels in town for a 2-game series starting tomorrow night at 7:05. Adam Eaton and Joe Saunders, the starters. And then the Wednesday afternoon game, 12:35 first pitch. 3-2 delivery. Towering pop-up. Huff backpedaling, and not an easy play, makes it. Orioles coming up bottom half of the 8th inning, down by a couple. Jones, Markakis, and Huff.
Adams Jones getting set for his 4th at bat. This is his first at bat that came in the first inning. A hot shot. He squares up on the ball out in front of the plate and hits it hard to Michael Young for a base hit. Then here he gets beaten with this pitch. This came in the 2nd inning. He is jammed. The ball is back over the plate. He pops it up to right field. David Murphy would drop it. And then this, another ground ball out. You can see it off stride, out in front. Timing was off. It was an off-speed pitch, and he hits it to the shortstop. So the difference when he squared up on that first base hit, right on the barrel of the bat, hands were extended, fully out over that hitting zone, and he drilled it right at Michael Young for a base hit.
Well, the Orioles will not have to face Matt Harrison anymore. A very solid 7 innings as he's charged with the 4 runs on 7 hits. 1 walk and 4 strikeouts, and Darren O'Day comes out of the bullpen to work here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. O'Day joining the Rangers April 22. He had been waived by the New York Mets and picked up by Texas. Now gets a chance here in a tight ball game against Jones, Markakis, and Huff. 5-game hit streak with that single he picked up in the first inning. 1-0 delivery to him, and that is a strike taken.
Well, that's right at the bottom of the strike zone, and that sinking 3/4 sidearm delivery. And take a look at this sinking fastball. Right at the bottom of the strike zone. Can't go any lower than that.
1-1 delivery on the way. That funky delivery. Ground ball backhanded by Davis. He takes it to the bag, and Jones is retired. One away here in the 8th inning. So O'Day gets the first out. A tremendous job by Harrison. The starters got a chance to win it. O'Day is brought on just for that one out. So he will come out of the ball game now as Ron Washington wants to go situational hitters pitching here in the 8th inning. O'Day out of there. Nick Markakis coming up. One down with the bases empty in the 8th. O's down by 2. Bullpen, C.J. Wilson. He now leads the American League with 11 appearances so far this season. He didn't have a good one against the Orioles, as he came in 2 days ago and worked just a third of an inning, charged with 3 runs on 2 hits, 2 of the runs earned. Prior to that, he'd been almost untouchable. He's appeared now. He had appeared in 2 straight games, 5 out of the last 6 for this ball club. Comes on here to face Markakis with the bases empty, and the fastball inside for a ball. Nick is singled, 1 for 3. He's continued his hit streak to 14 games. Orioles want to make hay right here in the middle of this order. A strike in there, 1-1.
Yeah, this is why Ron Washington went right to C.J. Wilson with Markakis and Huff scheduled batters. And this is where you pick up the save, although he won't get credit for one. Good breaking ball.
Left-handers only 2 for 9 off C.J. Wilson this season. 28-year-old left-hander has a 1-ball 2-strike count. Markakis watches that one go bouncing away from Teagarden. It's been a tough ball game. The Orioles jumping out to that 4-0 lead, a run in the first, 3 in the second. Looked like they were on their way, and since then, 1 hit. 2-2 delivery. Markakis to short. He got jammed, the scalp. 2 down. Aubrey Huff with a single. He is 1 for 3 in the ball game. Huff has had 3 hits, 20 at bats against lefties coming in, and has had 1 in this ball game off Matt Harrison, the left-handed starter. Orioles have gone 1 for 2 against lefties, and Harrison, the lefty, the pitcher of record, with a chance to win this for Texas. 1-0 delivery to Huff's going to miss away. 1-ball 1-strike count. Francisco, the closer. 1-1 check swing. Did he go third base? Yes. Jim Reynolds.
Chris Ray up for the Orioles. Hopeful of some late game magic by his hitters.
Protected the plate and fouled it off. Huff keeps the at bat alive. 1 ball, 2 strike count.
Yeah, you got to believe if Huff can get on Wigington, the next scheduled batter, he'll be dealing with Frank Francisco, as Wigington would then represent the tying run.
Detroit has beaten the Yankees 4-2, so the Yankees have lost 4 in a row after being swept by Boston. Pitch is down low. The questions about Girardi staying on as manager already being bandied about. Boston leads Cleveland 3-0 late in their game. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ground ball knocked down, and the play made. So Wilson gets the out, and a 1-2-3 inning here in the 8th. We go to the 9th. It is 6-4 Texas. And by Corona and Corona Light, official sponsors of the timeout. Relax responsibly. So the Orioles with 3 outs to work with. 6-10-0 for the Rangers. 4-7-0 for the Orioles. Rangers trying to make it a comeback win and take 3 out of 4. Chris Ray out of the bullpen for the O's.
Chris Ray pitched in the first game of this series on Friday night. Pitched an inning, had a strikeout. She actually pitched 1/3 of an inning on Friday night.
David Murphy will lead it off against him and will take the pitch for a strike. Murphy has had 2 singles, a big 2 RBI base hit in the 6th inning. That right now is the difference in this ball game. Here's the 0-1 to him. Murphy will foul that one back. And a 2-strike count. Murphy, Young, and Jones 2, 3, 4. Good job by Dennis Sarfate. 2 1/3 with 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. Matt Albers, 3 runs, 3 hits, 2/3 of an inning, is the pitcher of record for the Orioles right now. Jeremy Guthrie, the starter, non-decision, 3 runs, 6 hits over 5 with a walk and 4 strikeouts for Guthrie.
Well, Rick Krantz's done a good job of getting the middle relievers stretched out with Bass, Baez, and Sarfate all throwing multiple innings and being very effective.
He starts it out with a strikeout on Murphy. 1 away here in the 9th inning. Let's update you on the voting, and you still have time to vote. And Dino on top with the RBI base hit. Scored a run, couple of singles. Text in your vote right now. Young, Harrison, and Dino. A, B, or C. 51862. Results coming up on the O's Extra Postgame Show. Ground ball towards short off the bat of Michael Young. Surrounded by Andino. He gets it there just in time to get the out. Young retired, and there are 2 down. Big ball game for Young, though. His 6 home run, 5th inning, 2 RBIs. 2 away in the ninth. Andrew Jones 0 for 3 and a walk. 2 down, bases empty. Orioles down by only 2. And the pitch, a strike on the outside corner. Rays 0-1. Slider that misses outside. Luis Mendoza also up in the bullpen. Francisco's been throwing.
More than likely, Mendoza's just getting some work in here in the 9th inning. And Frank Francisco is working with a goal. Trying to come in here and close this game out. Protect that 2-0 or 2-run lead here in the 9th.
2 ball, 1 strike count. Ray working to Jones. And he'll foul that one off, and it'll be 2-2. Jones with 2 away here in the 9th inning. He's just looking to crank. Try and pull one if he can get the bat on it. Try and pick them up another run on one swing of the bat. 0 for 2 off Chris Ray. Here's the 2-2 delivery.
Oh, what a good pitch. Boy, he spoiled a good pitch right there. Fastball on the block away, about knee high from Andrew Jones. And Jones was able to just foul it out of play and keep the at bat alive.
Here's the 2-2. Crowded him with that one. Adam Jones in center field puts it away. Ray comes on to retire the side in order. The Orioles get a chance bottom of the 9th. Wigginton, Scott, Montañez due up. And get it done here in the bottom of the 9th inning, needing 2 to do it. Get one on, get that potential tying run up, and look for a long ball here, but they're going to have to do it against the closer.
Defensive change, and Murphy goes into left field. He was in right field. Nelson Cruz comes off the bench to take over defensively in right field. Cruz is a very good defensive outfielder with a strong arm. And the new pitcher, Frank Francisco, 4 for 4 in save opportunities. This is another as he works in his 9th game of the season. Just 4 hits allowed, 8 strikeouts, and 8 2/3 innings.
Good job by C.J. Wilson. 2/3 of an inning, nothing. O'Day, a third of an inning after Harrison had gone 7. The starter, Ty Wigginton, will be leading it off here in the bottom of the 9th inning. He's had an 0 for 3. He's popped out twice and flied out to right field. 6-4 ball game. A win here, and Texas will take 3 out of 4 and will move ahead in the season series 4 games to 3. See if the Orioles can get their first 9th inning comeback of the season. Wigginton batting at .217. A double, a home run, extra base hits. Francisco's pitch is in there for a strike. Wigginton 0 for 2 off Francisco. Francisco just the typical closer who just comes in and says, here, hit this.
Yeah, he's got a very good split changeup. He threw right there. It's hard, 86 miles an hour, and a fastball will be 94 and 96. And looking for his 3rd save. Take a look at the extension. You can see the split grip as he comes through with that delivery, and has a good arm action. It's very tough to differentiate between the fastball and the splitter.
1 ball, 2 strike count. Francisco got save number 4 against the Orioles. 4 for 4 in the season. He's retired 6 of 8 first batters faced. 1-2. Wigginton in the air to center field. Bird is back with plenty of room on it, and he will put it away.
Well, now it's time for the defining moment. It came in the 7th inning with a man aboard. Brian Roberts hitting as the potential tying run. 2 home runs in the series, but Matt Hairston gets him to fly out to right field. At one point in that ball game, he had retired 16 straight Oriole hitters before Andino had singled in that 7th inning with 2 outs, and then Harrison got Brian Roberts a very good start for Matt Harrison.
And a chance to win his first ball game of the year if Texas can hang on to it. Luke Scott walked and scored. He has struck out twice. He came around in the 3-run 2nd inning the Orioles had. And Dino with an RBI and Roberts with a couple in that inning. The 1-0 delivery to him. That's a strike on the outside corner. Scott also is 0-2 against Francisco. Boston over Cleveland 3-1. That's the final now. So they've won. Yankees lost. 11-game win streak for the Red Sox. Foul tipped that one into the mitt, and a 1 ball 2 strike count. Tampa Bay is still leading Minnesota 4-0 in their game. The other team in the division. Toronto, they are losing to Kansas City 6-1.
Kansas City can pitch. That's Brian Bannister making his 2nd start of the season against Toronto.
1-2 delivery. Luke Scott, left field. Murphy. 2 down. So Orioles now with just 1 out to work with. Montañez, who has doubled 1 for 3 in the ball game. And he'll foul that one off the other way. Albers would take the loss as it stands right now and to be 0-1. If he can get on, Zahn waiting on deck. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Francisco just beat him with a heater right there. 0-2.
96 miles an hour, top of the strike zone. A very defensive swing from Montañez. Looking for his 3rd save, Francisco, in this series.
Oh, 2 count. Francisco. Ooh, that hit.
Yep.
And he's on. Pay a price for that one.
Well, Ronnie Washington's going to come out and argue that that hit the bat. Tim Wilkie, the home plate umpire, has gotten a visit from the Rangers skipper. Earlier in the game, Andrew Jones had a similar pitch hit the knob of the bat, but that looked like it hit the back of his left hand. Wilkie, without hesitation, immediately called hit by pitch.
So the Orioles get the potential tying run to the plate with 2 down in the bottom of the 9th inning. Zahn 0 for 3 is lined out and grounded out twice to short. 0 for 2 against Francisco. 2 down. There goes the bat.
Looks like he's got a new bat and he's got some pine tar on it, but it hasn't really taken the effect. You can see how that handle is very slick and it just flies out of his hands, and fortunately everybody's okay. Look out, hits the railing, bounces back onto the warning track.
Thank goodness hit the railing. Here's the 0-1 delivery. And the runner at first down low. Zahn looking for his first hit in this series. Has had an 0 for 8 against Texas. Montañez on at first base with 2 down. Anything hit, he'll be running. One ball, 1 strike count. And Zahn rifles it. That's going to be in the corner, and that's going to be a base hit. Montañez on his way to third. Zahn will stay at first. And the Orioles with 2 down keep it alive with runners at the corners.
Boy, there's a guy that needed a hit, and he ripped it down into the corner in right field. Fastball, 94 miles an hour, and he pulls it down into the corner. Cruz bobbles it momentarily. Montañez stops it third. Zahn had thoughts of going to second, saw Cruz play it very well, but couldn't advance, and he is lifted for the pinch runner. PA comes out of the dugout to pinch run, representing the tying run.
Felix PA loosening up. Good job by Zahn with a single. First and third, 2 down in the 9th. Oh, the Orioles making a ball game of it here. And Dino will take it outside for a ball.
George Sale just starting to loosen up.
Runners off first and third. 1-0 pitch. And that is down low. 2-0. And Brian Roberts waiting on deck.
Yeah, Mandino's got to take a strike here. He's had a good night, but he's got to be very selective and make sure that he doesn't chase any borderline pitches. Turn the lineup over and dramatic things can happen.
Montañez hit by a pitch at third now. PA running for Zahn, who got the single. 8 hits for the Orioles. 2-0 count. And Dino takes it up high, and those 3 pitches have not been close. 3-0.
Yeah, and he's got to take a pitch here. Everybody in the ballpark's aware of that, including Frank Francisco.
Hitter with the best average with runners in scoring position in the league waiting on deck. 3-0 delivery. And Dino taking. Francisco gets it in. 3-1.
Now the defense in this situation, you can see how deep they are in the outfield. That's to prevent double defense. You don't want anything to get past the outfielders because Andino represents the winning run. You make sure you play deep, cut it off, keep the ball from going to the wall.
Davis holding the bag at first to keep PA close. Here's the 3-1 delivery. Andino will foul it back, and it goes to 3-2.
Now PA will get a running start at first base. He's got to make sure Francisco makes the pitch to the plate and then take off, mindful of scoring on a base hit.
Andino looking for his third hit of the night. 3-2. PA running at first. The delivery. Andino swings and misses, and it's in the books for Texas. So they hang on and get the 6-4 win and take 3 out of 4 in this series. Harrison the winners 1-2. Albers the loser 0-1, and the close. Francisco got it done. It wasn't easy. Tomorrow the Angels will be coming to town.